Looking at things, a country that the youths have been deported from Europe back to their country, I don't think they will smile. Yeah. A country that the youths, the women are dying in the hospitals just because of child labor. I think it's something that wouldn't make you smile. Instead of it will even make you cry. So looking at things, look at the price of commodities in the Gambia. Prices are escalating every day. I don't think people will smile.
Yeah.
Look at the roads in the Gambia. Transportation. Look at the educational sector. Students all around the country, you wake up early in the morning to go to your school, but even to have a transport to go to school is a problem. Do you think that country people are smiling?
No.
They would never smile. You go to our seas right now. Our rivers are given to international foreign countries, and they are investing our faces in our seas. You think people will smile? People will not smile. So I think Gambia have drastically changed from the smiling coast to the frowning coast right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Good day, everyone. Once again, welcome back to another edition of your favorite program. It's all about VM Show. I'm the host by the name Musa VM Trawale. With me, I have the famous comedian who is aiming to become a leader of Republic of the Gambia. On that note, we have Kitab in the building, and of course, he is going to tell us a bit about himself. And again, he is also going to explain why he wants to be the president of Republic of the Gambia 2021. Kitab, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, VM. It's a pleasure to have you here. And I'm so happy because Gambia is a small country. Gambia is a beautiful country, the smiling coast of Africa. That's what they say.
Yeah.
So I think.
And what did you say?
Yes, the same thing. Yeah, but for now, looking at things, Gambia is no more smiling for now. So I think I have to, greet everybody outside there, especially the diasporians.
Okay.
I will greet them. Then greet the Gambians residing here in the Gambia, from Kartong to Koina. I am Kitabu the comedian, but now Kitabu, the leader of the Progressive Democratic Party. Yes.
Okay, Kitab, we are aware that you are a comedian, and now you want to change your career to politics.
Yeah.
Now, tell us what is changing your intentions to become the leader of Republic of the Gambia, not only PDP, but the Republic of the Gambia.
Yeah, VM, that's a very good question because I think looking at things in the Gambia here, Gambia needs a great change. Gambia needs a valuable change, and who can bring that valuable change in the Gambia? I think is somebody who knows Gambia very well.
Definitely.
And I believe people can attest to that. I'm a comedian. I go in and out of the country, in and around the country to sensitize the people about lots of things. So I think through those experiences, I've seen what Gambians are facing outside there, and there are some places that politicians don't even go to. I personally go there for programs and other things.
Yeah.
So I believe Gambia is a country that needs a tremendous change in all areas.
Exactly.
In the areas of education, Gambia needs change. In the areas of agriculture, Gambia needs change. In the area of youth employment and health, Gambia needs change. So I think that's what motivates us to take this step to
go ahead.
Yes.
You said Gambia is the smiling coast of Africa, and you later say Gambia is not smiling. Can you explain that in details to the people of the Gambia?
Yeah, VM, looking at things, a country that the youths have been deported from Europe back to their country, I don't think they will smile. Yeah. A country that the youths, the women are dying in the hospitals just because of child labor. I think it's something that wouldn't make you smile. Instead of it will even make you cry. So looking at things, look at the price of commodities in the Gambia. Prices are escalating every day. I don't think people will smile.
Yeah.
Look at the roads in the Gambia. Transportation. Look at the educational sector. Students all around the country, you wake up early in the morning to go to your school, but even to have a transport to go to school is a problem. Do you think that country people are smiling?
No.
They would never smile. You go to our seas right now. Our rivers are given to international foreign countries, and they are investing our fishes in our seas. You think people will smile? People will not smile. So I think Gambia have drastically changed from the smiling coast to the frowning coast right now.
Okay.
Yes.
You PDP.
Yes.
What does that actually mean, and who is the leader of PDP? And tell us a little bit background of how PDP came.
PDP is the Progressive Democratic Party. Progressive in anything you're doing. If you are not progressive, I think it's better you give up or you relent. Progressive Democratic Party is a party that have been here for a while, because people have been saying, hey, it's a new party, because we have been having the agenda for a long time, but the problem is we were waiting for a time.
Yeah.
So I think now is the time. That's why we came out, and we haven't done the launching yet, but the whole country is accepting PDP, because they see that we are talking from their voice, and we are showing people what the real Gambians are facing.
Yeah,
so that's
but
why,
there is something confusing. Yes. There was a PDP party before. Why PDP again?
I think there was a party called PPP, not PDP, I think. There was a party called PPP, yes, but PDP, I think we are the first party to be named PDP.
Okay,
yes.
It's confusing because a lot of people have been asking, it belongs to Dr. Dr. Bojang. Okay, but thank God you have clarified that part. Now, you said you want to bring change. How are you going to do that?
VM, that's a very, very, very good question. I think to bring change in a country, the first thing you will have in heart and in mind is the love you will have for your country. The patriotism need to be there. So because to just get up and say you want to lead your country, you must have agendas, you must have manifestos to work for you. And I think right now, Gambians don't even need written manifestos. We have written manifestos, we have constitutions, we are working, the technical team is working on, but right now I think Gambians are seeing and Gambians are feeling the real pain. Because looking at it, a youth, you were born in this country, you grow up here, you went to school, after school, what are the works of life do you attain? Like looking at the educational sector right now, I think you will see a student that will start from a primary level to college without any skills.
Okay, let me ask this question first before you go down there.
Yes.
You said you said it in your Mandinka version that you did your nursery, junior, and senior secondary school, but you did not further your education to university or college. But yet still, you are feeling what the university and college students are going through. How are you going to change that?
That's a very, very important issue, because like I told you before, it's all in the limelight. People are seeing it. Not long ago, people have been seeing that college students have been, complaining about tuition fees. And before college students were being paid. College was free, and they have been even paid some little money to keep them going. But right now, students are facing, a huge amount of, costs that they have to pay to continue their schoolings. University. Look at the location of the university. It's very, very far. I don't think the university have to go to that area right now. We have spaces here. We can build a very good and solid university that will accommodate lots of Gambians that have been graduating from senior level. So I think right now what the students are facing is very, 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 very bad, and we need to change. That's why Progressive Democratic Party came, to bring that change to the people. And I believe if the youths are hearing me and they stand by me, we shall make sure that we have that change.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you're talking about the change. And change doesn't go only one day. It is a process. What are your process? What are your plans? Are you trying to work on to make sure that everybody in the Gambia have the smiling, have their smiling back again?
Yeah, Gambia. I think the first thing we need to do is, some sectors are there. Those sectors, if we concentrate on those sectors, I think the smiling coast will come back again.
What are those sectors?
The sectors are, our health sector right now.
Mm-hmm.
Our health sector is dying, mm-hmm. and the people going to the hospitals with their sicknesses are dying. Mm-hmm. You go to an extent, you will have a kidney problem, mm-hmm. or you have some kind of sicknesses that you will have. Instead of you to be treated in the Gambia, they will have to look for funds for you mm-hmm. to go out of the country, and that's a very, very, very big shame for the country. Looking at things, you go to the agricultural sector right mm-hmm. now. Before, our grannies and our forefathers, mm-hmm. what they do is they grow what they eat and they eat what they grow. Mm-hmm. But right now, I think things have changed. Mm-hmm. I think the government should have modernized mm-hmm. our agricultural sector to make sure that the food grown in the Gambia here is so increased that we can sell the foods in the Gambia, the rice and other things in the Gambia here. But those things are not happening. But we'll make sure the PDP, Progressive Democratic Party, mm-hmm. if we come to power, we'll make sure we change the agricultural sector. We make sure CRL mm-hmm. will be the food sector of the country. So we'll make sure that we do that. And looking at that educational sector, I think from junior level mm-hmm. to senior level, I think students have to start learning skills. Mm-hmm. Because you see students here who went to school to grade 12, still now they don't even know what they want to do. Exactly. And it's so crazy. Mm-hmm. So because to help the youths attain professions in the later part of their educational careers, I think we need to help them with skills and other things. So I think
I want to ask one more question. That is, have you ever challenged the government? Mm-hmm. It could be the present or the past. Mm-hmm. Have you ever challenged them in that category? Because you are coming up, yes. and people need to know what you have been doing mm-hmm. before we talk about you yourself. Mm-hmm. So, have you ever challenged any political leaders concerning about the health sectors, yes. concerning about agriculture, concerning about educational yes.
Aspect, yes.
concerning about the skills and yes. other stuffs? Have you ever challenged them to do what's right for their country?
I've been doing that. I think almost every 1 or 2 days. If people can attest to me, they can go to my YouTube, my Facebook page, Kitabu the Comedian. Mm-hmm. If you go there, I usually have Facebook Live programs that I talk about the things Gambians are facing here mm-hmm. and even in abroad. So to me, awareness creation have been my career for a long time. So I think Gambians have been seeing that.
What I'm talking here is, have you challenged them directly, yes. physically, psychologically? Have you?
I've never challenged them physically. That's something I've never done. But I've challenged them with some good Facebook lives that I've been doing. Because I think that's what any democratic person will do. You don't go to somebody and force him to do something that maybe he can do, but he put a blind eye to all those things. But you can use your social media to be speaking. So I think as a celebrity in this country, I've been doing that. If you go to my Facebook page right now, you will see some of the videos there.
Now that you are coming,
yes.
and you are also a leader of PDP,
yes.
what are the things that you're going to do to challenge the government, whether you are a winner or not, whether you are pronounced as the president or not? Let's assume that you are not pronounced as the president of Republic of the Gambia 2021. Are you still going to challenge physically? I mean, I'm not talking about going to sit at Facebook, but are you going to challenge them for what they are doing in order to bring peace and progress in this country?
Yeah, I think I'm doing that right now. I'm even doing that right now. That's why I always, most of my interviews, I used to say that the youth should listen to me very, very well, mm-hmm. because this is something that is very, very important in their lives. Mm-hmm. Because I believe even if I'm not elected as the president, but the government there or the politicians mm-hmm. will know that actually the youths have come together, mm-hmm. and if we don't do anything in their interest, it's going to be very, very bad for us. So I think the youths have to be very, 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 very cautious and think wisely and listen to me very, very well, because all these things I'm saying is for the interest of the nation, especially the youth. I think so. If I'm elected as a president, is in a good cause. But if I'm not elected to, I think the government elect will be afraid of the youths, because he will know that the youths are so powerful that they can voice things for themselves, and they can do things to make sure their country is developed.
Now, Kitab, looking at you, your educational background itself is not that strong. You only stop at secondary school, and now senior secondary school,
yes.
And now you want to become a president, and you want the youths to pay attention. What are the strategies that you're going to use so that those elites will pay attention to you, those youths will also pay attention to you, and even the children themselves will definitely pay attention to you? What are the strategies that you're going to use?
VM, right now, I think that is happening right now. What people are saying about education, I think the most important things in education is, if you are educated, you have the love for your country, you are innovative, and your country, what your country needs. I think that's the most important thing. And you surround yourself with people that are loyal to the country, and they are patriotic, and they know that they can help the nation to grow. I think that's the most important thing. One thing about Gambia, we have this belief that if you are fluent in English, you know how to, say some other things in English and be very, very, maybe eloquent. They think that your educational background is very strong. One can be very good in writing, and he cannot be good in speaking.
Yeah.
One can be very good in speaking, and he's not good in writing. But I think all these things, the most important thing is having a knowledge and the law for your country, and you know that your country, you know the problems of your country, and you can take a step to remedy those problems. I think that is the most important thing.
Okay, those are beautiful questions. Now that we are on the process of having PDP,
yes.
Now what are your procedures so far? What have you achieved so far? I mean, on the PDP, what are your steps next?
The PDP is progressing very, very fastly. Alhamdulillah, we set up a technical team, and those technical teams are working on the manifesto and the constitution. Like I said before, the constitution is almost done. It's even done because it's sent to me today. I'm going to review it with some of the technical team members. And the manifesto too, the draft is out, and they're going to validate it soon. So I think the process is going fine, and we'll soon have our press conference to make sure the whole country know that we are going to register. So we are working on that, and IEC sent us our package, and alhamdulillah, the forms and everything. We are working on the registration and everything.
Okay,
and things are going smoothly.
So during working those things, let's assume that now you got everything intact. First of all, before having those constitutions or whatsoever, it contains for you to have your party. Okay, what are the difficulties that you have been facing, and you need people to be aware of it?
Actually, for us, the Progressive Democratic Party, we are not faced with lots of difficulties for now. What we will want is for the Gambian youths to support us and the Gambian people to stand by us. I think that's the most important thing. But alhamdulillah, the difficulties we faced in the starting was very, very minimal. But now people are coming in their vast numbers, and we having people that we didn't even expect, but alhamdulillah, they are coming on board, and I think that's for the interest of the nation, and I think we are very, very happy with that. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Now, Kita, very soon we will wrap up, but tell tell us some of the things that we don't know about your party. We really want to know a lot about your party. We really want to know what really motivated you, to stand up and said, yes, I will do it with that spirit that you have in. So tell us exactly what is that spirit that is keeping you moving?
VM, I will thank you so much, and that's a very good question, VM. But like I said before, I loved Gambia. And I believe Gambia needs change.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean somebody is a comedian, he can bring that change. Or it doesn't necessarily mean somebody is a carpenter, he cannot bring that change. All those professions are noble professions. And I think the most important thing is having the knowledge to run a country and having the belief and the audacity to step up and see the change being manifested in your country. I think that's what matters. So I believe that Gambia will surely move if the youths come together, and we are having the youth right now. The youths are coming in vast numbers. We have almost to 25 WhatsApp forums that we have in the youths all over. If we create a WhatsApp forum right now, it's totally full. People are coming both left and right. So we thank God that that's the process that we are going through, and we are very, very happy with that.
Kita, you are always telling people the youths, youths.
Yeah.
What about the old age people? What about the children? What is their roles? What is their role together with what you do?
Yeah, that's a very, very, very cool question. In everything you do, I think if you're doing it at your youth age, I think it's very, very successful all the time. I think every parent in the Gambia here and every family you see will tell you that I'm praying for my son to be successful someday, or my daughter to be successful someday. So and a successful daughter and a successful son, I think where does that lie? It lies in the youthful age. I think so. If any country in all this country and in the whole world, any country right now, I think the youths are the ones doing very well there. Looking at the tourists coming to the Gambia here, you don't normally see youths coming here for tourism. I think you see old people that have retired, they are already pensioned. They are the ones who used to come here. Where are the youths? They are working in their countries. I think right now that's what we need. We need to create a very, very conducive atmosphere for the youths of the country to be working in the country here, and to make sure they build the nation to their own satisfaction. I think if they do that, the parents will be so happy. Definitely. Instead of complaining, they'll be very, very happy. Look at the Bagwe right now. When the youths are dying there, their mothers will be lamenting here and crying. So I think all these things are something that the youths are facing, and I think we need to come together as the youths and support the PDP, and we make sure Gambia is built in a youthful form and in a form that every Gambian will appreciate.
Definitely.
Yes.
I would definitely love to ask this again. That is, we